You may have felt it too. Waking up in the morning and realizing your body still feels stiff, you turn more slowly, and your joints don't seem ready for a new day yet. Even just sitting up or standing up has to be done carefully and unhurried. After 60, this is very common, and many people brush it off as just normal, so they don't pay much attention. But when that stiffness lingers, it can make the start of the day feel heavier than it needs to. Today's video isn't about forcing yourself to become flexible or doing difficult stretches. It's simply a gentle conversation about a few very simple daily stretching habits that can help your body wake up slowly and feel more comfortable. If, while listening, you recognize yourself in mornings like these, you're welcome to share a few short lines so we can see together that many people are experiencing the same thing. Mornings can feel heavy after 60. Mornings often don't feel like they used to. You don't just spring up out of bed anymore. The moment you open your eyes, you may feel that familiar slowness. Turning over in bed takes time. When you sit up, your back still feels stiff, and your neck and shoulders may feel unwilling to move. Some people step out of bed and feel their knees hesitate, needing to stand still for a few seconds before taking the next step. It's usually not severe pain, but it's enough to make you cautious. Every morning, movement takes a moment of thought, and everything happens one beat slower. Some people assume it's because they slept in the wrong position. Others believe everyone their age feels this way, so they simply accept it. Over time, they get used to mornings always feeling heavy, and they assume it can't be changed. But after a long night of very little movement, the body truly needs time to wake up. When you lie still for hours, the muscles and joints rest, and circulation naturally slows. If you stand up too quickly at the start of the day, the body hasn't had time to adjust, so stiffness and heaviness feel stronger. Many people move less in the morning because they don't want to feel uncomfortable. But the less you move, the longer that heavy feeling tends to last. The body is like a door that hasn't been opened in a long time. If you don't gently open it a little each day, it becomes harder to move. When people understand this, they often start seeing mornings differently. Stiffness no longer feels like something to fear. It becomes a simple signal that the body needs to be guided gently into the day. With a little more time and a few slow movements, mornings can become far more comfortable than you may have expected. Why the body feels stiffer. That stiff feeling in the morning doesn't appear out of nowhere. It develops gradually over time, especially after age 60. During sleep, the body stays in a resting position for many hours. The joints barely move, and the muscles stay relaxed for a long stretch of time. In a younger body, starting up again happens quickly. But as we get older, flexibility decreases, and that restart process simply takes longer. Another factor is how we move during the day. If you sit a lot, walk less, and don't move regularly, the body becomes more used to being still, both day and night. In the morning, the joints can feel as if they haven't been lubricated enough yet, so the first few movements feel stiff and hesitant. This usually doesn't mean something serious is wrong. It often means the body hasn't adjusted to movement yet. With age, muscles and tendons also tend to lose some softness. When they aren't stretched gently, they can gradually shorten. That can make your body feel tighter, your arms and legs harder to reach out, and your back harder to rotate in the morning. If you stand up too quickly, discomfort feels stronger because your body simply isn't ready. Understanding this helps many people worry less. The body is not declining overnight. It's simply asking to be awakened in a better way. When you give yourself time and gentle movement to ease back into activity, that stiffness often improves noticeably, and it can begin with very small daily habits. Gentle stretching each day. When people hear the word stretching, they often imagine difficult positions that require a flexible body. But after 60, stretching can be much simpler than that. It's simply giving the body a chance to lengthen after many hours of being folded and still. It doesn't need to be deep. It doesn't need to be long. It only needs to be gentle and regular. Gentle stretching helps muscles and joints become familiar with movement again. After you wake up, just a few minutes of slow motion, reaching, lengthening, and small, easy turns can begin warming the body. The early stiffness eases, and everything that comes after feels easier. The key is not rushing and not trying to move fast. The most valuable part of daily stretching is listening. When you stretch to a point that feels comfortable, the body responds better. If you feel too much strain, you stop. If you feel a pleasant release, you stay there a moment longer. There is no single routine that fits everyone. Each day can feel different, and that is completely normal. Many people find that when they keep a gentle stretching habit, mornings no longer feel so heavy. Not because the body becomes flexible overnight, but because it is guided into the day with patience. That steadiness and gentleness helps the body adapt over time. When the body loosens, walking feels easier. When the body is stiff, every movement feels heavier. Even a few steps can feel tiring, and bending down can feel risky. But when muscles and joints are stretched regularly, the overall feeling begins to change. Even a small increase in looseness can make walking feel lighter. This kind of looseness isn't about becoming flexible like a young person. It's about having enough mobility for everyday life. When you stand up, the body doesn't catch as much. When you walk, the joints cooperate more smoothly. These changes happen slowly, but they are very noticeable for people who stay consistent. Many people also notice that as stiffness decreases, confidence increases. Going to the store, taking a short walk, or simply moving around the house feels less intimidating. When the body feels lighter, the mind often feels calmer too. You no longer have to think so hard before every small movement. What matters is not setting big goals. You don't need dramatic results in just a few days. If today feels even slightly easier than yesterday, that is already enough. When the body is treated with patience, it often responds in a gentle, encouraging way. Staying flexible at your own pace. Everybody is different, so flexibility will be different too. Some people wake up very stiff, others less so. Some need more time before they feel comfortable. That's why stretching works best when you follow your own pace. No comparing, no forcing. Flexibility doesn't come from doing a lot in one day. It comes from doing a little over many days. Just a few minutes each morning, kept up over time, helps the body get used to moving again. And when that happens, the stiffness doesn't last as long as it used to. Some people worry they are not flexible enough to stretch, but stretching isn't meant to prove how flexible you are. It's meant to help the body become more flexible within your current ability. If you move within a comfortable range, the body is already beginning to change. When you respect your own pace, stretching stops feeling like a chore. It becomes a gentle part of your morning. And that comfort is what helps the habit last instead of fading after a short time. Morning stiffness and heaviness after 60 are very common. They often come from long hours of rest and not enough regular movement. When we understand that, we worry less and rush less. Gentle daily stretching helps the body wake up slowly. A looser body makes walking feel lighter. Following your own pace helps the body adapt, and paying attention to how you feel helps you adjust at the right time. You don't have to do everything. Just choose a few small habits that fit you and keep them going each day. That is already enough for the body. I hope that after listening, you feel more at ease about your mornings and that you begin the day with a lighter, slower, more comfortable feeling. Wishing you easy movement, steady comfort, and quiet peace in your own way each day.